spinning stuff around the x-axis. These like 3D volumes. We'll get there.
Wow.
That's my favorite part of calculus. It's called solids of revolution. Yeah. Okay. Addition and subtraction. This one, I think, came up in the homework last night, so you probably just imply that this is true. And this is the last one. So if we have the integral of f plus g, what do you think?
You take the integral of f and g.
And add them together. Okay? And it's the same thing. Okay?
Like basically the same derivative, you just do them separately.
Exactly, right. If you have things being added, you can do them individually, just like you can for derivatives. So I'll just do one example for this so we don't have to wait a half hour. Wally, can you put all 6 feet on the ground? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The same thing, of course, goes for minus, and you can choose to write that or not. You can make a plus or minus here. That's easier for you and feeling lazy.
Huh?
Nothing. It's not fair. Your brother gave you no chance. I got to be careful what I say because these are getting posted on the internet. Okay. Yeah. From the laptop. So, okay. So the way to say this out loud, some people like to memorize things. They're verbal learners, you know. But the integral of a sum is the sum of the integrals. Okay. It's not my kind of thing, but Mr. Fox was into those. The integral of the sum is the sum of the integrals. It's my calculus teacher in high school. Half of faith. Yep, he retired recently. All right, so which one of you astute young scholars wants to work this one out for me? All right, somebody I haven't heard from this period. I want to hear from somebody.
I do.
Yeah, but... All right, hey, go ahead. What should I do?
So you're finding the integral,
Right, yeah, just go ahead.
So there's imaginary 1 and outside of the parentheses.
Oh, we don't need that.
Huh?
This is the sum one. We're not worrying about imaginary
this
things.
is the sum one?
Yeah, right? The one we've been talking about for the last
okay.
few minutes.
So the integral of 9 would be 1, 10, oh, it would be 9.
9 what?
X.
Right, slap an X on. We just learned that. Glad you're paying attention. Plus?
And then plus 2.
Right.
Wait.
Helps to do it on paper, right?
Yeah,
You-
it does.
it's x to the 1, so you add 1 to that, you get
And
x
you
squared.
divide it by
So
2,
what goes up
so
front?
it'll be 1/2
Right.
x squared.
Okay, this is not right. Why?
Because you have to add the c.
Do I need to have 2 plus c's? Because I had 2 integrals.
No.
Oh, sorry. Right, but if you had plus c, then you have plus 2c, and then that's the same thing we were doing before. That's just some, in the end, you're going to have some number. Doesn't matter what it is. All right. More I'm tired of this. Yeah, that's right. Because again, you can take their integrals individually, and that gives us 9x plus 1/2 x squared plus c. Questions? Okay, this next one you can choose to write or not write depending on the style of your brain. I don't like to write things that aren't true. This next one is not true. So if you're multiplying two things together inside the integral, you cannot multiply their integrals. See what I mean? So it's like the product rule in reverse, right? You can't just take the derivatives of them individually and then multiply them. It's the same for integrals. Okay? Good luck. So that's actually something in general that's really important. It's much harder to find. In fact, you can find the derivative of almost any function, but the integral of every function is not necessarily known with our current mathematics. So some things we don't know the integral of. Most things we know the derivative of. So you get into that when you take a little applied math, math 33. I got a C. Okay. Similarly, if things are being divided, do you think we can divide the individual integrals? No. Okay. So if you want to write that, you can write it.
For Mr. P, you can't find the integrals of these?
Of what?
Things are multiplied or divided?
You can. We're going to learn something called, you're not going to learn integration by parts until next year. We're going to learn something called U substitution, which will help us. But basically, they have to be a kind of special case where it just happens to work out to make this easy. Otherwise, it's really difficult. All right, so we need reverse and product and reverse quotient rules, which we don't have yet. Okay. Questions on any of that junk? Sweet. Okay. So what you guys are going to do for the remainder of the period, and again, it's really important that you guys remain quiet so these people in the back can continue to focus, is I'm going to pass out tonight's homework, a couple of pairs of scissors, and some flashcards. Okay? If you want to work with the person next to you or ask me questions, that's totally fine. Just make sure that you keep your volume level down. Otherwise, we'll have to work in silence because I don't want to deny these people the